Welcome back. We're still discussing the scrapping. Should it be scrapped or removal of a third tier of government? Should it go? Well, I have some comments here. Akinpelu Oluyemi says the local government chairmen are not really working. They're only collecting allocations and sharing them. Femi Falashe says scrap the state and empower the local government. Uzoma Anosa says removing of local governments may not really be the answer, but they need to be held accountable for their constituency by the masses. So the masses need to wake up. Akim Lawal says local government is only a way of increasing the cost of governance. Now tell me negative effects of a lack of local government structure in a state like Osun. So, gentlemen, these are all the comments have come in. Some say scrap the states and let's have the local government. Well, that's someone's going for him. But do you agree? Scrap the states and let's have the local government.
To a large extent, I will agree because if we can have a formidable 3 tiers that has to be with states, federal, region, and local government. Because I tell you something, if you go, in fact, in the United Kingdom, that's what they have. They have the federal, and then they have the councils. Apart from cities, apart from cities that have the mayors, like London, Manchester, and some other cities that have mayors. And then with the new power division of power in Scotland, it's good that what they have is, because the local government or the councils are the ones that are closest to the people. But and a councillor, a councillor has a ward, and around the ward he meets people. But unlike where the House of Assembly member represents maybe a whole local government, the councillor has a limited place to represent, and so people can approach him. That it is not working the way it is expected to work now does not mean that such is.
Sometimes we use illustrations by comparing Scotland, Europe with Nigeria. We must remember our system, our background, our pedigree. These local governments, how they come about? First, certain persons are aggrieved. So generally, there is this prayer from certain quarters it must fail. Why? I didn't get. That's another factor. Then if you say scrap the states, that's not the argument. But if we go to that, I think I will buy that. You scrap the states and put the local government, because there are some local governments that are not even getting any impact from the states because of other political differences with the state, or the character in the council is not aligning. Because here in our compare, here in our tradition, we have a style where you must have settlement syndrome. If you're not playing the ball with me, I'll block you. And that's the typical of the black Nigerian. So those ones, when you now start citing Scotland, Britain, you're not getting it, because there are civilized people who really care for one another.
I don't want to
civilized, or not to the level of playing politics. Here, you have a lot of factors mitigating. We are educated, number one. Educated in what we want to tolerate one another.
We have 50 years, 44 years independence.
But don't forget,
this country existed, in fact, as far as
54 years, 55 years. You have an opposition that will never accept.
You cannot tell that we should not copy and paste.
Are you from a local government?
We cannot copy and paste.
You have a local government?
I have a local government.
That you're from?
Yes.
Did you benefit from that local government anyway?
Leave that matter.
No, did you benefit in any way from the local government? Like the primary health care service, the primary and secondary schools? Did you enjoy them? What did your local government administration?
I enjoyed the primary school in my local government. What I mean, I attended the school in my village.
Nobody saying no.
It was under the local government. I know that there used to be health centers in fact.
They used to be.
They're still there.
What used to?
No, you have the town hospital run by the state government. Then you have the health centers run by local government. Now, that the present operators of our democratic experience are not faithful to the constitution, or are being irresponsible on how they govern this country. Of course, some of the things. I mean, I must make this point clear. For it to be in governance, it demands high level of responsibility. It demands high level of personal decorum in how you handle state matters. Therefore, if the constitution says that local government is guaranteed, then you, being at the helm of affairs of a state, owes yourself and society that responsibility.
That is normal.
To guarantee that is normal. But others have gone far. Anybody can wake up in London and survive the system.
Yes.
Anybody can wake up in America and survive the system. But what happens?
Here we have a major problem of allegiance.
No. If you survive the system, you pay for it.
You can't miss that point.
Look,
allegiance. You yourself, you are guilty of it.
Mayor Reagan, who was champion of Katrina when Katrina happened, he did everything he could. Mayor Reagan is in bad. It's about being thrown to jail now. Because if you survive the system, no matter who you are, you pay for it. And that is what is lacking here. I think if we strengthen our institutions here, and
then we can now change.
Not because that these institutions are not working. That's why we scrap.
But we should scrap.
No, not because
institutions work.
No. Is it after when the institutions will come back?
No. Change them the way they are. You know.
Change them the way they are and strengthen them. For instance, who are those? I'll ask the question. Who are those that are operating local government? You find the dropouts. Secondary school people being picked by politicians to run local government.
Being picked, yes,
but if you have someone like you, who has experienced
some people might be suing you for calling them dropouts because some of them are
we must face this fact. Go and see local government.
System.
In there. How many of them would have
is it because in there? Yes. I will dance to it too because
where will you?
I give you a good example.
Look, listen, you can make a change in your own little way. Let us not believe in this bandwagon effect. No, we should not believe in this bandwagon effect. No, it's there, but we can survive.
They will give you a name.
Why would they? So are you afraid of a good name? The name you get is that this man doesn't play ball. Is that a bad name? I'm not afraid of a good name.
They push you out innocently, good.
It's better that you live with your head high than dance to the tune and then eating for the plain pot of porridge that sells the hand. I think for me, and I must make this proposition. Look, for us to get a first local government administration, we must change the constitution as the characters and the qualification of person that should be allowed in local government.
Okay. I'll make your own proposition.
Well, like I said, I still stand by. If the institutions work, the police, judiciary, and every apparatus put up their patriotic thinking caps on order, then we could have the council. But for now, they're not there. And then the type of politics we play. You win, you lose, you never accept you lost. And the winner takes it all, he never considers the loser. It's unfortunate. You want to carry everybody along. When we cite examples, you look at the UK, the US. We saw who came out with Obama. At the end of the day, you saw what happened. But here, the moment you lost election, you start crying foul. Even when you know, because you lost.
Crying foul.
No, because you lost. You don't even have election because you didn't lose. The governors know that.
Because you didn't lose the election. Because you didn't lose.
Because they will always align with the wrong person.
Because you didn't lose.
The people
are not crying because you didn't lose. Because someone else took you out. For instance, let me give you an example. Anambra just conducted an election. Local government election. Just in January.
Yes.
Now, Anambra conducted governorship election in October, right? No, in November.
Governorship
election in November. What was the total votes scored by each of the candidates? P2B scored about 200,000 votes.
P2B contest.
To win, I'm sorry. What is the Obino, the governor?
Yes.
Ngige, the other man came second with 100,000 votes. The next person came, Ngige had about around 10,000. Just every total vote cast was up to 500,000.
That's state government.
State election.
Yeah.
When the local government election was conducted in January, I passed through on it. That's the day I was coming back from Port Harcourt. I passed through the state. Everyone was quiet. And when the result came out, what did you get? A local government will score 107,000 votes for the winner to emerge.
So what happened?
So is that an election?